Hi everyone, I am Gopal Singh. Welcome to the learning of Science Class I. In today's third video class, let's study chapter number 3. First, let's see contents chapter number 3, synthetic fibers and plastics. So in the previous class, we studied about the crop production and management. And today, let's see chapter number 3, synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, first let's see what are fibers. What are fibers? Fibers are generally, they can be defined as the thread-like structure and that are thin, long, and flexible strands. So fibers are nothing. From chapter number 3 says synthetic fibers and plastic. So first let's try to learn what are fibers. Fibers are thread-like structure that are thin, long, and flexible strands. So from fibers, fabrics are made. Let's see a chart that is, say, fiber. Then from fibers, yarn are made. And from yarn, fabrics are made. So this is the relationship: fiber, yarn, and fabrics. So clothes. Clothes are made from what? Clothes are made from fabrics. So in today's class, let's see what are fibers. So the definition of fiber. Then fibers can be of, say, fibers can be of, say, synthetic fiber. And number 2 is, say, natural fiber. First let's see that one is natural fiber. Natural fiber. Say natural fibers are made from the natural products like plants or animals. Say for example, say cotton, and say what to say, wool, then silk. They are natural fibers. So say cotton, then jute. They are natural fibers. So first let's see natural fibers. Let's see. Say we can mention cotton, then jute. They are natural fibers. They are obtained from the plant. And there is also one more fiber that is called what? Coir fiber. COIR, coir fiber. Coir fiber is obtained from the coconut plant. Coconut plant. So these are natural fibers obtained from the plant, and natural fibers that are obtained from the animals are also there. Say they are silk fiber, silk, and say wool. You know, say wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep or goat, and it is also obtained from the hair of rabbits or yak and camels. And silk fiber is drawn from cocoon of silkworm. Silk fiber is drawn from the cocoon of what? Silkworm. And for the wool it is obtained from the fleece of sheep, or goat, and it is also obtained from hair of rabbits, yaks, and camels. So these are what about the natural fibers. So in your textbook it is mentioned there. Serial number, name of articles, type of fiber, natural or artificial. In the serial number 1, you can say name of article. Say jute. Then type of fiber, then natural. And serial number 2, you can say cotton, and type of fiber is natural. And serial number 3, you can mention say name of fiber, silk fiber. Then you can say it is also type of fiber, natural or artificial, natural fiber, like that. You can mention like that. So again, let's study about the synthetic fibers. Let's see. Synthetic fibers. And what are synthetic fibers? Let's see. Synthetic fibers, actually, they are made from the synthetic fibers is also a chain of small units joined together, and each small unit is actually a chemical substance, and many such small units combine to form a large single unit called polymer. So synthetic fibers are made from the chemicals. That is, they are to form a large single unit called a polymer. The word polymer comes from the two Greek words. That is, poly meaning many, and mer meaning part or unit. So synthetic fibers, they are made from the polymers. And meaning is what? Polymers comes from two Greek words. Poly meaning many and mer means part or unit. So polymer is made up of many repeating units. Polymer is made up of many repeating units. So polymers occur in nature also. Say for example, cotton, for example, is a polymer called cellulose. Say cotton is also a polymer called what? Cellulose. Cellulose is there. Cellulose is made up of a large number of glucose units. Cellulose is made up of large number of what? Glucose units. So synthetic fibers. So synthetic fibers, we learn sorry, it is nothing, it is a fiber, and it is also made of series of small units joined together, and each small unit is actually a chemical substance. So many such small units combine to form a large single unit that is called polymer. Okay, next let's see types of synthetic fibers. Types of synthetic fibers, let's see. Types of synthetic fibers. Types of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers can be of different types. So, synthetic fibers, also known as artificial fiber. Artificial fiber. Synthetic fiber, also known as artificial fiber. So, they can be of various types. Number one, let's see. Number one is, say, nylon. Nylon. Nylon is one of the man-made synthetic fiber. So, artificial fibers can be of nylon, say rayon, and say polyester, and acrylic, So first let's see synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are actually man-made fibers. Synthetic fibers are actually man-made fibers. They are made by humans from the chemicals. So, the first may be say rayon. Rayon. It is used for. It can be used with mixed with the cotton to make bed sheets, or mixed with wool to make carpets like that. And for number two, let's see nylon. Nylon is another man-made fiber. That means synthetic fiber. It was made without using any natural raw material from plant or animal. So it was prepared from coal, water, and air, and it was the first fully synthetic fiber. Nylon fiber was strong, elastic, and light, and it was lustrous and easy to wash. So it became very popular for making clothes, and we use many articles made from nylon, such as nylon is used for making, say, socks, then ropes, and tents, and toothbrush, car seat belt, etc. And even a sleeping bag and curtains also are made from the nylon. So even say various articles are made from the nylon, and one of the striking thing that is rope used in the parachutes. Ropes used in parachutes is also made from the nylon fiber. And ropes used in the rope climbing, they are also made from the nylon. They are much more stronger than even a steel wire. Okay, next let's see polyester. 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 It is one of the synthetic fiber. Polyester. Polyester is another synthetic fiber. Fabric made from this fiber does not get wrinkled easily, and it remains crisp and is so easy to wash. So it is quite suitable for making dress material. So polyester is used in making, say, dress material, and you must have seen, say, people wearing polyester shirts and other dress. So terylene is a popular polyester. Say terylene. Have you heard terylene? Terylene is also one of the polyester, one of the popular polyester, and it can be drawn into very fine fibers that can be woven like any other yarn. And let's see terylene. Have you heard about the, say, PET? PET, the full form is polyethylene terephthalate. PET, polyethylene terephthalate. This is a very familiar form of polyester. Very familiar form of polyester, and it is used for making bottles. For making bottles, utensils, films, and wires, and many other useful products. So polyester, it is one of the polyester. Polyester. PET means polyester. Let's see. Polyester means, say, poly plus ester is actually made up of the repeating units of a chemical called an ester. You know, ester. Esters are the chemicals which give fruits their smell. You know, esters are nothing. They are the chemicals which give fruits their smell. Fabrics are sold by names like polycoat, polywood, terrycoat, etc. As the name suggests, these are made by mixing two types of fibers. Say polycoat is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Say, for example, polycoat. It is a mixture of what? Mixture of polyester and cotton. So polywool is a mixture of polyester and wool. You know polywool. Polywool is a mixture of what? Polyester plus wool. So these are what about the PET, polyethylene terephthalate. And we wear sweaters and use shawls or blankets in the winter. Many of these are actually not made from natural wool, though they appear to resemble wool. So they are prepared from another type of synthetic fiber called acrylic. Let's see acrylic. Oh. Then the wool obtained from natural sources is quite expensive, and whereas clothes made from acrylic are relatively cheap. The clothes made from the acrylic are relatively cheap and they are available in a variety of colors. Synthetic fibers are more durable and affordable, which makes them more popular than natural fibers. So we have already learned, already perform an activity, say there is actually a disadvantage of synthetic fibers. If the clothes catch fire, then it can be disastrous. So the fabric melts and sticks on the body of the person wearing it. So we should perform not wear synthetic clothes while working in the kitchen or in the laboratory. So while we are working in the kitchen or in laboratory, we should not wear even say nylon clothes, synthetic fiber cloths, because when it get burned, then it may stick in our body and may cause damage. So all the synthetic fibers are prepared by a number of processes using say raw materials of say petroleum origin. That is called what? Petrochemicals. So petrochemicals are nothing. Petrochemicals. So synthetic fibers are made from the petrochemicals by a number of processes. Okay. Next, let's see characteristics of synthetic fibers. Characteristics of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers, some of the characteristics are there in the synthetic fibers, that means artificial fibers. So synthetic fibers possess unique characteristics which make them popular dress materials. They dry off quickly. So in your textbook, let's see characteristics of synthetic fibers. Say, imagine that it is a rainy day. What kind of umbrella would you use and why? Synthetic fibers possess unique characteristics which make them popular dress materials. They dry up quickly, are durable, less expensive, readily available, and easy to maintain. Perform the following activity and learn for yourself. Activity is also shown in your textbook. Look at that. Say activity. One activity is shown in your textbook. Take two cloth pieces of the same size, roughly half a meter square. Each one of these should be from natural fiber. The other could be a synthetic fiber. You can take help of your parents in selecting this piece. Soak the piece of different mugs, each containing the same amount of water, and take the piece out of the containers after 5 minutes and spread them in the sun for a few minutes. Compare the volume of the water remaining in each container. So this is just an activity. So which one is stronger? Same say here let's continue this activity 3.2. Then you can just do at home and just try. Do synthetic fabrics soak less or more water than the natural fabrics? Do they take less or more time to dry? And what does this activity tell you about the characteristics of the synthetic fabrics? And find out from your parents about the durability, cost, and maintenance of these fabrics compared to the natural fabrics. So here it is an activity, it is just an activity. So natural fabrics, they can easily soak with water, but human made or synthetic fabrics, they cannot easily soak with water. So next, let's see plastics. You must be familiar with many plastic articles used every day. Make a list of such items and their use. So many in at our home, so many plastic items we had been using. So many plastic items. So maybe chair, maybe toy, maybe mug. So many other plastic items are there. So plastic is also a polymer like the synthetic fiber. And all plastics do not have the same type of arrangement of units. So in some it is linear, whereas in other it is cross-linked. Plastic articles are available in all possible shapes and size, as you can see in figure 3.7. Have you ever wondered how this is possible? So the fact is that plastic is easily moldable. That means it can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled into a sheet, or made into wires. That is why it finds such a variety of uses. And various articles made of plastics are around us. Say, even polythene is also one example of plastic. It is used for making commonly used polythene bags. You know polythene. Polythene. Actually, it is poly plus ethane. Poly plus ethane. This is an example of plastic. It is mainly used for making, say, polythene bags. It is used for making commonly used polythene bags. And now let's try to bend a piece of plastic, and you can, all the plastic articles can be bent easily. We can bend easily. So based on the properties of the plastics, some of the plastics, they can easily deform their structure, and some of the plastics, they cannot easily deform their structure. So plastic can be of two types. Plastics can be of two types. Number one is thermoplastic, and another one is thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastic, and another one is thermosetting plastic. So in the thermoplastics, polythene and PVC are some of the examples of thermoplastics. Here we can say polythene, and PVC, polyvinyl chloride, PVC. And in the thermosetting plastics, say we can mention example as, say, bakelite, and say melamine. they are thermosetting, bakelite and melamine. Polythene, PVC, they are thermoplastic. Okay. So bakelite is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. So it is used for making electrical switches, handles of various utensils, etc. And melamine is a versatile material. It resists fire and can tolerate heat better than that other plastics. It is used for making floor tiles, kitchenware, and fabrics which resist fire. So these are what about the thermosetting plastic. And on the other hand, in the thermoplast, say polythene and PVC are some examples of thermoplastics. So these are used for manufacturing toys, combs, and various types of containers for the thermoplast. So articles made of thermoplast, it is shown in your textbook. So I will show here again. Articles made of thermosetting plastics are shown here. And articles made of thermoplastic. So only this thing is shown. So some articles made of plastics are shown in your textbook. And next, actually thermosetting plastics. Thermosetting plastics like bakelite and melamine, it resists fire and can can tolerate heat better than other plastics. And for say bakelite, it is a poor conductor of heat, so they are used for making electrical switch, handles of say frying pan, pressure cooker, etc. Are made from the bakelite because they are poor conductor of heat. Plastics as materials of choice. Let's see. Today, plastics as material of choice. Plastics as material of choice. Today, we think of storing a food item, water, milk, pickles, dry fruit, etc. Plastic containers seem most convenient. This is because of their lightweight, lower price, good strength, and easy handling. Being lighter as compared to metals, plastics are used in cars, aircrafts, and spacecrafts also. The list is endless. If we start counting articles like slippers, furniture, decoration pieces, etc. So now let's discuss the characteristic properties of plastic. Plastic is non-reactive. Number one is plastic is non-reactive. This is one point. Plastic is non-reactive. Metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air. But plastics do not react with water and air. They are not corroded easily. That is why they are used to store various kinds of material, including many chemicals. And plastic is light, strong, and durable. Plastic is light, strong, and durable. Number two is plastic is light, strong, and durable. As we know that so many containers we had been used like buckets that were used in the past. What is the material of the buckets or mugs we had been using are which material are made from that? Then what are the advantages of using a plastic container? Since plastic is very light, strong, durable, and can be molded into different shapes and size, it is used for various purposes. Plastics are generally cheaper than metals, so they are widely used in industry and for household articles. Many A list of different kinds of plastics containers that we can see in our daily life. Plastics are poor conductors of heat also. Okay, plastics are poor conductors. Okay, we had been discussing about the plastics as material of choice. Plastic is light, strong, and durable, and most of the containers we had been used at our home, they are made from the plastics because they are quite strong, light, and durable. Even this time in this modern world, the life without plastic is also not possible. So for today, let's stop here. In the next video class, let's continue this same topic. And so for today, bye all.